What up, y'all? It's your boy, back with another one. Uh, since my last video, I've done a ton of research trying to figure out what I need to start this grow up, what the first steps in the process look like, and I found a ton of resources that I'm going to share with y'all in the description of the video. Hopefully, it helps you out. You can peruse those, and don't just take it from me. Learn all this on your own as well. But from what I found that was repeated a lot in these sources, the first and most important step is the equipment that you're going to need to start this op. And I think I've known this. I, I don't want to deal with the financing because it is expensive, but it's obviously the most important step. It's what you need to get this whole operation started. And so, first and foremost, you're going to need a grow tent. I guess keep in mind all the information that I'm going to provide on this channel is under the assumption that your grow op is going to be indoors. That's what mine is going to be. I want really high quality buds, and from the research that I've done, that's the best way to produce them. And so, nonetheless, you need a grow tent indoors, which is basically just a structure with really reflective material called mylar, and that is going to reflect all of the lighting inside of your tent to ensure that your plants are absorbing as much as they can. And so that brings me to the next important step of the op, which is your lighting. So this can get kind of complicated. There's different kinds of lights, different colors of lights that impact your growth rate and the strength of your growth. And so to kind of summarize it all up, red lights and blue lights affect your growing. So red light can trick your plant into thinking that the day cycle is shorter, so you get faster yield. And then blue light can trick your plant into thinking that it is taller, and so that it can focus on strengthening its root system to absorb nutrients better. And then LED lights are the most efficient. They're also the most expensive, but they give you full color spectrum, so you don't have to worry about buying different color lights. They produce almost no heat, so you worry about temperature less. They are eco-friendly, and they last the second longest of the 7 different types of commercial lights. And again, you can dive into that research yourself and find out all the different kinds. But then finally, you need ventilation in your system to kind of not only help with the heat that your lights are going to produce, but also to make sure that your op is bringing in clean air. And so clean air is going to make sure that your plants can photosynthesize. It's also going to make sure that you're not promoting an environment for pathogens and pests to destroy your plants. And so that's really, really important. And what you need in that system is some sort of exhaust system to pump out your old dirty hot air. You're going to need a carbon filter to cleanse contaminants out of your air, and it can also kind of help with the smell that your operation is going to produce if you want a more covert op. And then you're going to need oscillating fans at the soil level and the top level of your plants to obviously produce the air cycle, but also to strengthen the stems of your plants and produce stronger plants. And then you can get really advanced in this with temp controls, humidity controls. You can use an AC for active intake to get cooler, fresher air intake. But for the most part, depending on what you want your op to look like, depending on your goal for the op, you can use less expensive lights. You can use less advanced ventilation systems. You can use thinner mylar in your tent. But that's going to vary depending on what you want your op to look like. I'm going for a more commercial op, preferably, so I'm going to be getting different color LED lights. I'm going to be making sure my temp and humidity is controlled, and I can monitor all of that whenever I need to. And so, like I said, take a look at the resources I've linked, see what that looks like for you, the different kind of routes you can go for your operation. But I hope this helps in the first step of your process. I appreciate you taking a look at the video. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, whatever other cliche stuff I'm supposed to say at the end of the YouTube video. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. I'll be back again with the next step in this process soon.